Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel 123. So today, as per the space week, we are discussing Sunday to next Sunday, that is in the space related topics. Yesterday, I posted the video about Moon to Cloud, Kepler belt and asteroid belt. If you didn't watch that video, no problem. I will be providing the link in the description box. You can watch that video. Afterwards, you can watch this video. So, as we are continuing day 4 or part 4, whatever it may be, it's 4th. So, as we discussed, first we discussed about or gave an introduction about space. Second, we discussed about the Sedna. Third, we discussed about asteroid belt or Kepler belt. Outer cloud is a projections. Some proofs are getting day by day. Okay, outer clouds we discussed. Why we didn't discuss about the planets, about some planets, the mysterious, a lot of mysterious things are hidden between the many planets, not many planets, 8 planets, 8 only, not 9, 8 planets. So today in this video we will be going to discuss about the 7th planet, that is Uranus. 7th planet, Uranus. We heard this name several times in books or some other facilities. We heard this name Uranus. We will be discussing about the interesting facts about Uranus, or we know about the belt or some belt-like structures are for Saturn only, but the Uranus have also the belt-like structures. We will be discussing about that also. So don't waste time, we can start. So as per, we can start with the name Uranus. Our previous scientist or AD scientist, that is AD before, AD scientists or some not future scientists, 21st century or 19th 20th century, that period of time scientists are looking in the sky and discovering planets, asteroid and all, etc. A lot of things are they discovering day by day, but they finalized the decision that our solar system contains up to Saturn only. Up to Saturn, that is the end of our solar system, because Saturn have a large rings, 7 rings, large rings, as well as Saturn have some speciality about in the nights. It will be not twinkling, but rather it has some exposed things are there, because it's a gas giant. Because of the some similarities are showing, because of the similarities it is easy to find out the planet in the sky. If the sky is clear without any clouds in your locality, you can watch the Saturn. I'll be introducing a space walk 2, that is an app we can download in the Play Store. It will be more comfortable for seeing the planets and all, etc. For planets only, we can exoplanets we have to some pay amounts, but we can see the moons, the internal planets, Orions, many constellations, sun and our own moon. A lot of are there, we can see through that. Many stars also we can see through that. But Uranus, afterwards we discovered the Uranus, and after Neptune and all, their Pluto, a lot of them. But for scientists it was a confusing one, that is Uranus. The scientist found and he named it as Heroes, his names Heroes, but the England and all, a lot of names are came, like a huge hundreds or thousands of people already in the war, like that. Such a large collections of names were said by this scientist or some other common people, but some oppositions were there. But at finalize, whenever we discovered a planet, we'll be putting the names of Greeks mythology, according to the Greek mythology, like Earth, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter. They have their own things are there. As per like that. They some of the scientists have named it as Uranus, not in the god names, that gods of heaven, not hell, it's heaven, the god of heaven in their Greek mythology. But in that Greek mythology, it is not Uranus, it's Uranus. Uranus is the god. Actual pronunciation is Uranus, not Uranus, it's Uranus. But afterwards, by saying the continuously repeating the word, we are changed that spelling. Even if spelling also we have changed, and we changed the pronunciation as Uranus. So we changed these things. So like this, the name discovered as Uranus. Afterwards, Uranus contain full of ice. It's have an active core when it formed. When it formed, it have active core, but the active core is not present at now. It was totally cooled down. If a planet have an active core, if only the case the sunlight is coming closer, or sunlight is getting appropriate way for the planet, then only there will be an active core like Earth. Mercury have active core, Mars have not completely active core, it has some active cores, and Venus have very reactive active core. But in the case of Jupiter, gas giants, ice giants are not there. The Uranus falling under the category of ice giants. It will take 81 years to revolute the sun, but it takes 17 hours to rotate itself. It will be rotating as vice versa of Earth. Every planet have be tilted for some degrees. Our planet Earth is tilted to 23 degree. So according to the Uranus, it is tilted as 96 degrees, like a plain stick, not 90, not 180, like that, maybe. So it will be taking 84 years to revolute, not 81. It takes 84 years to revolute. Because of the 23 degree tilted, our Earth was feeling summer, winter, and all etc. Rainy will be many seasons are there. But in the case of Uranus, only 2 seasons, summer and winter. In summer, the temperature degree Celsius will be on minus only, not in the plus, only minus. In the case of winter, we know about that, minus 240 to 60 to 80, it will be rising on like in the minus, not in the plus. If in the case Uranus has plus 20 or plus 30, the total ice will be melting. It's the case, but it not have like that. Also, it have its own atmosphere. It have contain hydrogen, helium, but rather it have contain small amount of hydrogen, helium, but it contain more of a methane. It have contain, because of the methane. When we, if the it's not a case, if consider if we are landed on the Uranus, and if we smell, it will be smell of a rotten egg. The atmosphere, whole atmosphere will be in the rotten egg, so automatically we will be vomiting of that smell because of this methane gas. So it have a cool core, and it is considered as ice giants. The confusing one was why it is tilted like 93 or 93 to 96, in between them 96 degree. Why it was so? It was very confusing. And it have its own rings. It have more than the Saturn's rings. Saturn only 7 rings structures, but Uranus have 11 rings in that category. 11 rings. So 11 rings. As possible, if simply we can visible in our Earth in the clear sky. Why it is not? Because Uranus have the rings. We know about that. The rings are made up of very tiny particles or tiny stones, or some of the rings are 2 or 3 rings are made up of with the ice, melting, not a melting ice, it's an icely form. They are very dimmed due to these small stones and ice. They are so dimmed. Because of that dimnish, the rings are not visible. But the Saturn, in the case, it have only 7 rings, but it looks like a great, it have more enormous power that rings are, those rings are producing. We can see in that earth only, from earth only, but we can't see the super Saturn from earth. It is millions of light year from our earth. I will be posting in another video of super Saturn. It have approximately 10 to 11,000 millions square kilometer of length of those rings. We will be discussing about some future videos, upcoming videos. We will be discussing about that. But Uranus also some ring like structures also there. Some of the asteroids are forming in the ring like structure, and it is made up of their own moon. Some of the moon like Miranda, so it's a moon Miranda, and a lot of 21 moons are there approximately. They calculated till now as 21 moons, but we don't know about that. If in the case we are looking this video at now, sometimes a newly moon can found to that Uranus, but it is a titanium. It's another moon. It's the largest moon for Uranus, but compared to moon, it is not. It is like a mustard size, like small size, 1/3 of size of our moon. Our moon is not big in the solar system. The big moon is Gamma-D. It's an after it's Titan, it's Saturn. Saturn moon is Titan. This is Titania. In the Titania moon, it contains full of ice, but in some part in the poles, we know about that in our earth the poles are containing ice, but in the case of that Titania, the poles are covered with rocky like structures. They have contained some oxygen, not 1% of total atmosphere. So the moon have some little atmosphere, not much, because some a minute atmosphere. In that atmosphere 0.0000 many 0%, 101% oxygen contained, but we can't live. It's another matter. We can't live with that such a small amount of oxygen. We require a large amount of oxygen to survive. It's another case. Scientists were found. But while finding the Uranus properties and all etc., many questions were arised. Not in the case of solved. Many questions were arised. Those questions like why it is tilted to 93 degrees, why it was a cool core rather a hot core. If an only theory only, it have cool core, active core, but it is cooled down. What is the reason behind it? Each and every planet will be cool offing its core off due to some reasons, not getting sunlight. But the Uranus have getting not enough sunlight, but some sunlight it is getting. But even if it have an non-active core, we don't know about the reason. And the another thing is that why it have a thick, not thick or not thin, that is mediatory atmosphere, why it is so, and why the gas has methane has a lot of there. We don't, the scientists are very confusing, so they name it as Uranus, and it have moons and all like Titania, Miranda and all etc., and some rings are there, and it is covered with methane. It have 93 degree or 93 to 96 degree tilted, and it have contain hydrogen helium in its atmosphere in a small amount, and methane have high amount. So they stopped this much because they didn't interest to find or discover more about the Uranus, so they stopped. But in future we'll be again starting the project of this Uranus. We will be again starting this project, so in that time a lot of mysterious things will be coming. Sometimes the Uranus maybe the crust or a mantle will be made up of some, we don't know about that, some magnesium. But one thing is that Uranus contain, when we dig one pick of soil or 1 cup of soil, it will be contain a full diamonds. It have in the north pole and south pole of Uranus, and the middle part, it will be raining as diamond rain. In our earth it is only in the raindrops, form of the raindrops, that is water droplets, but in the form of Uranus, in the form of diamond, in the case of Uranus it will be as diamond showers, and it have full of diamond, is full of diamond. But in our earth it have so costly thing, costly a non-metal, but in the case of Uranus, it's very cheaply. It's like kg, like we'll be buying tomatoes and all, it's kg, like that 1 kg of diamond, it will be 10 rupees, like that cheap. But we can't go there because of that harsh climate. Methane, it's a main thing. We can't survive with methane only, we can survive with oxygen only. So as much they discovered about the Uranus, in future it will be a challenging one. It will be facing more it will be arise more questions, we don't know about that. So this is about this video. So if you can follow me through subscribe my channel, then only you will be getting a personalized notification. If click the bell icon, so click the bell icon, then only you will be getting a personalized notification. So please subscribe my channel to get more informative videos. It's also informative videos. I started with the space week, not only space week. In this channel a lot of things will be going to discuss. Don't miss anything, okay? So it will be more helpful for you in future. Definitely it will be helping for your future. I started with some videos and started with space week, but after the space week I'll be putting more and more videos about education, that economical problems and all, how we can solve the economic problem and all, some of the tricks, some of the magics. It will be interesting. So don't skip any videos. You can subscribe my channel to get more videos. If you like this video, you can give a thumbs up, and you can share to friends. If you don't know about the Uranus, you can share to them this video. So if you have any suggestions, you can leave me through comment. If you want, if I want to discuss some of the topics, like general topics or space related topics, I will be ready to discuss. I will try my best to discuss all the topics. If you want, you can leave through in the comment. You can say your own opinion. So that's all about the video. You can subscribe my channel to get more videos. If you have any suggestions, you can leave me through comment. Thank you. I will be meeting soon tomorrow as part 5 or day 5. Thank you.